Well, this is it, folks. This one's for the whole Magilla, for the whole kit and caboodle, for the whole bowl of wax. This is for all the marbles, the Region 7 Championship, as the Orem Tigers prepare to host the Timpview Thunderbirds. Thank you for joining us on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, as we've got a fantastic matchup for you. The Timpview Thunderbirds come in 15-6 overall, 10-2 in region play. Coach Izzy Engel, they've got to win tonight if they want a shot at a shared region championship. And they come in with one of the best scorers in 5A, the sophomore Dean Ruckert, a 6'7" forward, averages 20 points a game. He can shoot the ball really well from the floor. He's athletic, he's long, he can stretch the floor, he gets to the free throw line. He can do a lot of things for this Timpview team. And then you factor in the pieces around him. A young man in a sophomore guard in Mason Ford. Love the way that Ford plays. He's up and down, very active defensively as well. He loves to pressure the ball, very crafty with the ball on the offensive end. And then you mix in other guys like Asa Naliai, the 6'1" sophomore. It's a young squad for Coach Engel, but they are talented. And if you want to talk about young and talented, you don't have to look far. Just look to the other side of the floor. For the Orem Tigers, Coach Jace Tavita's squad come in 16-5 overall, 11-1 in region play, coming off their only loss of the year in Region 7 at the hands of the Springville Red Devils. They're trying to get back on the winning side tonight, and it's a group that is paced by, well, it's kind of pick your poison. You've got 14 points per game for the junior Jax Allen, 11 points per game for the senior Asher Young, and the sophomore Tate Robinson, and the junior Trey Hyatt. And then you've got Kai Wesley, Chance Dastrup with 9 points. It's a very balanced roster, and one that loves to move the basketball. One of the top assist men in the state this year in Chance Dastrup. It's a loaded lineup for Orem, who has looked so strong all year long. It's senior night for the Tigers. Not only is it senior night, they're taking on their rival in Timpview. We've had a lot of great matchups, typically on the gridiron between these two. Tonight, it's on the hardwood, as a win for Orem guarantees a lone region championship. A loss for Orem tonight, and you can have a shared region championship. They still have work to do for that to happen. It's Orem, it's Timpview, the top of 5A. Head into the center circle for the tip on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Orem in the home whites, Timpview in the road blacks. Timpview coming in winners of 2 straight. They also recently lost at the hands of the Red Devils in Region 7, since defeated Salem Hills and Maple Mountain. And we'll see if they can come out with their 3rd straight win in what would be pivotal for their region title hopes. These two played already. Orem defeated Timpview 66-48. That game was a 2-point game heading into the 4th quarter before Orem blew it open late. Asher Young went for 15. Tate Robinson went for 15 in the win. Ruckert had 18 in a losing effort. Ruckert will step into the center circle and will go up against the junior Trey Hyatt. Both student sections out in force. The gym is full. And tonight's Region 7 Championship underway. Possession won by Timpview, as this is the aforementioned Ruckert, works near side forward. And looking back door there, that one deflected away. Good hands there by Dastrup, who's leading it for the Tigers. Robinson, the 3, no. A rebound gathered by the 6'8" sophomore Will Openshaw. Want to remind you, the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late, that sort of thing. Keep it trued up with the official clock here in the gym. Ruckert's 3 won't go, and that rebound gathered, tracked down by Dastrup. Chance coming up the floor. Was a great JV game before this. Timpview won that late. As they work inside, Orem does to Trey Hyatt. This young man has been great. Goes up, was blocked inside by Openshaw, and Timpview brings it up the floor. Ruckert looking to hand off with Hansen. Corbin into the corner, and Aliai will take the three. That will not go over the backboard. We're a minute plus in, no points here between these two. This is Jax Allen. Talked about him before the game, one of the top scorers. He'll pull here from 15. That rattles out. And Mason Ford looking to push tempo here with the T-Birds. Ford, defended by Dastra, works his way into the paint. Little pull up. Mason Ford able to rattle it in. First points tonight go the way of the visiting T-Birds. Here's Asher Young, gives that to Dastrup. Works away from where that D was, finding Hyatt inside. Tough shot for Hyatt as the length of Openshaw has been a problem in the opening minutes. Ruckert, little spin move to the rim, left it short but is fouled. And Dean Ruckert, we talked about in the open, he finds ways to work himself to the line. This is just a sophomore, very crafty player as Asher Young picks up his first personal and 2 free throws here for Dean Ruckert. Had a chance to see Timpview earlier this year. I felt like half of Dean's points in that game against Prebble came at the line, as the first one off the back of the rim, no good, as he's shooting into the hot pink background of the Orem students. They had balloons before the game. They've got flags. It is a very loud and boisterous Orem student section as Ruckert misses them both. We've got a foul on the other end. It's going to go on Hansen. First personal on Corbin. Inbound to the corner. Allen going to dribble out. Defended by Naliai. Dastrup back to Hyatt. Wanted to kick out. No one there. And Orem gives it up. Coach Savita just telling his troops, just settle down. Isaiah works over. Baseline, tries to hand off to Openshaw inside amongst the trees. Blocked away, and now Orem trying to push it. Dastrup gives to Allen. Allen trying to seize the lane, and he will, oh, an offensive foul. Called on Jax Allen. First personal on Jax. Boy, I wasn't quite certain if the defense got there, but the official was right there, had positioning. Calls the offensive foul, Timpview basketball. Tallstrup worked over. This is Openshaw, defended by Hyatt. Trey's not going to give up a lot of ground there. Has to send out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. As I say, it takes that, won't go. And Hyatt able to box out. Gain the possession here for Orem. Dastrup. Little backdoor Allen handing off to Hyatt. Hey, that's one way to get your forward open. Good ball movement. As Trey Hyatt knows what to do with it from close range. Ruckert, other end, yes. Nice drive there for Dean. Midway point of this first quarter. Great atmosphere. Here's Allen. Young trying to drive, got Ruckert in the air. Oh, that wouldn't go down. Good look there for Asher Young. He was surprised that that one didn't go. Other end. Ruckert sizing it up. And a foul here going to be called. And if this is on Young, that's going to be the second on Asher. And that's indeed the case. Two early fouls here on the senior Asher Young. He's going to have to come off the floor as Kai Wesley will check in. Wesley, young man, averaging 9 points a game, 6 boards a game. There's good depth on this Orem lineup as Ford just gets it in there. Here's a three. No, won't go for Tolstrup. Allen gives to Wesley. Little pump fake. Timpview wasn't buying it. Off that screen, Tate Robinson, probably their best long-range shooter. They wanted to work into Wesley. Effective double team, able to knock that away by this young man, Ruckert. Finding Isaiah in the corner, no. And Allen trying to get some fast break points end to end. No, he'll send it for Dastrup. Space for Chance. No, but Allen back to his feet, keeping it alive here for the Tigers. Boy, you see how Mason Ford recovers there defensively inside, stripped away but fouled. And so Kai Wesley will work to the line. Is this foul on Mason Ford? Be the first on Mason. Two free throws here for Wesley as he hits on the first. Low scoring first quarter. We talked about that first matchup. It was 14 apiece between these two. Two offenses that have both averaged over 65 points per game in region play. Have been well behind that pace in this opening quarter. Wesley's second free throw, good, tied up. This is Lincoln Holcomb working up with Ruckert, defended by Allen. Dean got that step. You see the length of Ruckert. We talked about it in the open. He is lengthy. He's athletic. He could be a matchup problem. He's looked to be very aggressive here in this first. Seizing opportunities. Kick out here for Robinson. Worked back to Chance. Corner three for Dastrup. Rattles out. And Orem just can't find shots that they normally hit here at home. As Ruckert has that one slip through his fingertips, it'll go back to the Tigers. Inside, Hyatt gets left alone. Boy, they had set a couple screens for Robinson to come around, and that defense just lost Trey Hyatt. Inside, and Allen going to be called for the foul. He got a lot of basketball, but I think you see that arm wrapped around the hand of the shooter is what the officials called, and now Jax having just picked up his second personal. So Allen with two and Young with two for Orem. As to the line here is Openshaw, misses the first. So Allen has to come off the floor. Substitution for Orem. Max Lewis, the senior, checks in. Of course, senior night, had notes for each of the seniors. Had a great note for Max. We'll get to that here as the game continues, as Openshaw splits it. but gives the lead back here to Timpview as he'll come off the floor. Dastrup. Inside of a minute to go. Gives here with Robinson on the drive. Too strong off the backboard. Kept by Hyatt, who gives Orem the lead. 6 first quarter points for Trey Hyatt. Ruckert. Holcomb gives back. Dean coming off that screen in the paint. Sends with Hansen. Corbin handing off. Oh, whoa, yeah, I was going to say. A traveling violation, got caught in the air there. Good defense by Orem as they'll have the basketball here. Shot clock turned off for these final 34 seconds. Down to 20 in this first quarter. Wesley, Hyatt back up top. Ten left in the frame. Here's Dastrup. Shook the defense. Sends over. Robinson, a look for three. No, rebounded there by Holcomb, and that will do it. First quarter in the books. The Orem Tigers holding an 8-7 lead over Timpview. You're watching the Region 7 Championship on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Start of the second quarter, 8-7, the advantage for the home Tigers. They'll have the basketball. Dastrup working inside. Here's Hyatt. Little fade away hook won't go. Kept here. Lewis couldn't tell if they got a piece of that or fouled. That came off the backboard extremely sharp. Is Timpview coming up the floor. Ruckert seeking contact just a touch strong. Trying to be kept here on the rebound by Openshaw, but a foul inside going to be called on Orem, and this will go on They call it on Lewis. First on Max. Unofficial scores in that first quarter, 6 for Trey Hyatt, 2 for Wesley for the Tigers. Meanwhile, for the T-Birds, Dean Ruckert had 4. As Robinson coming away with the steal. Dastrup leading the break. Lost his footing, trying to get that to Wesley. Nice job keeping that, and Openshaw knocks it out. We'll stay here. 2 for Mason Ford and the 1 for Openshaw coming from the line. Dastrup looking in, tried to squeeze that in with Hyatt, given to Wesley. Kai Wesley with his first field goal for early points. Dean for 3, no. And that one kept here. Is Hyatt able to play that one-handed over to his teammate? Dastrup wanting Lewis in the corner. Oh, what a save to Wesley. Defended by Openshaw. Kai looking to clear things out. Now I'll give back here to Chance. Looking in. Kai. All right, coming over on that double team. Kicked out. 5 seconds left on the shot clock for Orem. Dastrup couldn't get it away. And it is, well, was gathered there by Timpview, but we got the shot clock violation is the call, as Timpview had not established full possession. So good defensive effort there by the T-Birds, as they will have it here, trailing by 3. Just over 6 minutes to go here, second quarter. Allen to the table, will come back on. Reminder, he picked up 2 fouls in that first quarter. Openshaw. Mason through the lane, gives back out. Dean trying to drive, blocked away by Wesley. Great help D by the big man. Here come the Tigers. Hyatt giving back. Wesley. Oh, got his defender in the air, and then the swipe coming from Timpview. I'll send Kai Wesley back here to the free throw line as Malaya came over on the help. And he'll pick up the foul. Be the first there on Isa. So Wesley back to the line. Made the trek in the first quarter. Makes the first here. Openshaw coming off the floor for Timpview here. Been a 5-0 run for Orem. And make it 6-0. Wesley, 6 points tonight. Malaya gives to Ford. Ford hanging. That rattled out for Mason. Chance shook the defense, gives to Trey. Chance now baseline, gives to Wesley. And it's a run right now for Orem, largely triggered by Kai Wesley as they've opened up a 7-point lead. Ford. Naliai defended by Allen, pulls up, no. Dastrup, the long three. First three of the game for Orem. Coming from Chance Dastrup, it's a 10-point lead. An 11-0 run. Dean. There you go. Nice take there from Ruckert. A play that Timpview needed. We talked about it's a packed house tonight. Doesn't take much to get fans on their feet. This could do it again for Orem as that three from Robinson won't go. Tapped up, but Naliai able to gather. Timpview on the run. Hanson leaves to Ford. Open look for three. Mason Ford with his first three. Young man statistically coming in shooting over 40% from long range. Little zone look here, late to get to Dastrup, and he makes him pay. Chance Dastrup hitting his second three tonight. 6 points for Chance. Dean. Hanson skips out across the baseline. Good movement for the three, off the mark. And rebounded by Robinson. Wesley. Oh boy, lost his footing. And Kai is slow to get up. Back to his feet as Ruckert other end draws the contact. Kai looks to be okay. As an unfortunate event there for Kai, just as he was trying to be aggressive inside. Good to see he's okay as Dastrup picking up his first foul will send Dean Ruckert to the free throw line. Dean missed a pair in that first quarter. Makes good on that one. Asher Young coming back on the floor here. He had to leave the game just a couple minutes in, about the midway point of that first quarter after picking up his second foul. As Wesley will get a break. Ruckert makes them both. Successful trip there for Dean. 8 points for Ruckert tonight. Robinson. Here's Allen. 5 on the shot clock. Asher, the drive blocked away by Dean. Here's Tolstrup inside. That's a tough baseline. Jay won't go. Skipped across for Allen to rebound. Jax has not scored tonight. Dastrup on the drive, gives over to Tate. Dastrup handing to Hyatt. Credit the assist to Chance Dastrup. Oh, good defense coming over there, Robinson. Able to knock that away. They never saw it. Chance. For 3. Back of the rim, and Ford sees that come his way. Final 90 seconds of the first half. Good pace up and down the floor. 8-point lead. Ruckert couldn't get that drive to go. One and done for Timpview as Young gets the rebound. Asher in the paint, denied. Again, the length of Ruckert has made statements multiple times in this first half for Timpview, especially defensively. 3 from Tolstrup. Well, that will make Timpview happy. First 3 for Colin Tolstrup tonight. The sophomore. Able to square up and hit it. 5-point game. 16-second differential, game clock, shot clock. Chance, he'll pull, little floater, yes. Float it. Float it. 8 for Chance. Shot clock turned off for the final 20 seconds. Ruckert, you see Hyatt being very aggressive defensively, down to 10. Ruckert aware, gave the clock a look. Down to 5. Sent over, Tolstrup the 3, that's offline. Chance Dastrup, and Timpview able to seal off any opportunity, but a big second quarter for Orem. They'll take a 7-point lead with them to the locker room as they lead Timpview 24-17 at the break. You're watching a Region 7 championship game on KSL Sports Rewind, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Getting ready to start our second half, 24-17. Orem leading Timpview. Your unofficial scores at the break. How about this for Orem? 3 scorers, Dastrup, Hyatt, Wesley, 8 apiece for each, adding up to their 24 points in that first half. Meanwhile, for Timpview, 8 for Dean Ruckert, 5 for Mason Ford, 3 for Tolstrup, and the 1 for Will Openshaw. It was an 11-0 run at one point put on by Orem to create the separation. Timpview came back with some critical threes. And what offensive answer will they have to attack this Orem D in this second half? We'll find out, as this is Dean being defended by Hyatt. The length of Dean has been good on the defensive end. Can they use it on the offensive end? As Hansen looking to hand off here to Ruckert, trying to back down in the paint, gives back with Corbin. Corbin found a seam there, couldn't get it to go, and here comes Jax Allen, now Dastrup. Robinson has not scored tonight as they work in with Hyatt here. Boy, look at how he sealed that off, but could not finish, an open shot with the board. Ford. Gives to Naliai. Did not score in the first half. Here's Hansen, the 3. No. And the second half starting off like the first. These two teams that shoot the ball well got off to cold shooting starts in regulation tonight, including a number of the top scorers having not scored. Jax Allen didn't score in that first half. Naliai for Timpview did not score in that first half. Asher Young did not score for Orem in that first half. Here is Asher. That three, no. Rebounded by Ford. Tries to get that to Ruckert, and Asher Young with the steal. Allen leaves for Dastrup. Chance will bring this back out, defended by Ford. Looked for help there as he had terminated his dribble. That knocked away by open shots. Why there's no backcourt violation there. Here's Dastrup. Shot clock down to 10. Now 5 for Jax. Allen trying to drive, and you see the length there of open shot, making that shot tough for Jax Allen. Here's Nalai, end-to-end, little reverse, no. Taken in by Robinson. Young gives to Hyatt inside. A little fadeaway there, wouldn't go. As bodies to the floor, no call, we continue on. Say it works up. Ruckert, short, taps it back up and in. Your first scorer in double digits tonight is Dean Ruckert for Timpview. He's got 10. Asher Young, open, gives over to Hyatt. Open shot, able to recover defensively. Here's Chance. Allen will pull up just inside the line. Couldn't get that to go down. Naliai over to Hansen. Ford. Hansen gives out. The three, yes. It's a 2-point game as Isa Naliai hitting his first field goal tonight. It's a 3. Closest Timpview's been since the early part of that second quarter is Dastrup hands over to Hyatt, and he gets the roll. Count the bucket as Trey Hyatt to the free throw line for a chance at the 3-point play. Half foul called on Openshaw. Kai Wesley coming back on the floor here for Orem. Timpview will answer with Colin Tolstrup checking back in. First personal on Openshaw. And Hyatt scoring from the line, back to a 5-point difference. Here's Openshaw, defended by Allen. Sends out with Ford. Naliai, a little turn around. There you go. All right, so Naliai with 5 points here in the third. You see him starting to find his rhythm. Allen just able to keep that for Orem. Boy, Timpview really ratcheting up the defense now. In the corner, Robinson gets it away and hits. Tate Robinson. There's his first field goal, the 3. Tolstrup can't answer. Openshaw keeping it here. And that knocked away. It'll stay with the T-Birds. We talk about all the scoring these two rosters have. And you see some of it starting to find their shots here in this second half. It was a kind of surprising low-scoring first half for these two. And Naliai in the paint, hangs, too strong off the back of the rim, defended by Allen. And a timeout taken here by the Tigers. Timeout, Coach Tavita. 30-24. Orem with the lead here on senior night. Dastrup tried to get that over to Allen. Kept high it. No, the follow from Wesley won't go. Boy, had an opportunity for the highlight play. And that one wouldn't go down for Kai. Here's Openshaw backing down Robinson. Patience. Patience is a virtue as Will Openshaw scoring back to a 4-point game. Robinson had a step, won't go. Wesley sailing in, blocked away by Tolstrup. Naliai, other end, back to a 2-point difference. The defense leading to offense for Timpview. Inside of 2 to play here in the third. Robinson. Tolstrup defending. Allen had a little bit of room, gets it back. 10 on the shot clock. Jax trying to work. And nice job by Jax getting it right to the rim. And that's the first points for Jax here tonight. Had to work hard for him. Ford down the lane, off the window. Yes, sir. Final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Dastrup terminated. Looking. Oh, how about that pass? Oh, good vision from Wesley. Hyatt can't get it, goes. It came across the back of the rim. And Timpview can tie or take the lead. They trailed by as many as 10. Shot clock down to 15. Ford looking for Ruckert. Dean creates some space. Oh, that wouldn't go. Timpview fans thought that was money. Allen gives back to Chance. 10 seconds in the quarter. Dastrup. Oh, how about Chance? What a move. But he draws the contact here. Boy, talk about handles is Ford here picking up his second. 3 seconds left in the quarter. And that won't go. Orem fans, please, they're hanging on to a 2-point lead, but Timpview finding momentum to close out the third. 32-30, Orem, fourth quarter coming up next. Orem basketball to start the fourth quarter. Big matchup for the RPI in 5A. Talk about Region 7 title implications, and Orem goes right to Kai Wesley. And the big man scoring with contact. A chance for the 3-point play here for Kai. Foul called inside on Openshaw. That's his second. Kai now in double figures. Five-point difference. Ruckert, and he is fouled on this end. This foul on Allen, that'll be the third on Jax. Excuse me, they called that on Young, I believe. So Ruckert heading to the line. And Dean on the trip makes them both. 12 points for Dean tonight. Wesley, spin move, and a foul here inside. Boy, Wesley's being super aggressive as he ends up on the floor again. And they did not call a foul there. They just deemed that out of play. Orem here to inbound. Quickly to Robinson. Now Dastrup. Little zone look here. He'll dribble around that wing. Asher. No. Oh, how about Ruckert? Wow. Rejection from the onset. Dean Ruckert, multiple blocks tonight. Now looking to take advantage on the offensive end. Going up and couldn't get that to drop, but Ruckert will head back to the line. And this will be on Jax, and that'll be the third on Allen. Two more here for Ruckert. We talked about in the open, this young man has a knack to get to the free throw line. He did it in that game we did against Provo. He's doing it again here, especially late as he misses the front end. He's got one more. As a substitution, Allen going to come off the floor here for Trey Hyatt. Second free throw for Dean. Short. Offensive board kept by Openshaw. And a timeout taken here by Coach Izzy Engel. Timeout, Timpview. The T-Birds trying to finish the comeback on the road. Timpview ball. Oh, Nolly, I got the step too strong. There's Ruckert with the board and put back. It's a 1-point game. So Dean missed the two free throws, but able to score on the possession. That's why you crash the boards. Here's Dastrup looking in. No kick ball there by Ford. Allen thought about it, works to Young. Again, a zone look here from Timpview. Orem spreading out those wings. 5 on the shot clock. Dastrup, no. Hit a couple in that second quarter, Chance did. Hasn't hit one in this second half yet. Ford. Dean. Hyatt trying to stand tall, and Hyatt gets the better end. Quickly up the floor. Allen from the corner. No. Ruckert with a backside board. Isa works around up top. Here's Dean. Ford. 10 on the shot clock here for the T-Birds. Dean down to 5, sends over. Nolly, the 3. No. Rebound kept here by Openshaw. Tolstrup the 3. Won't go, and rebounded by Asher Young. Timpview's move. Dastrup on the drive, hanging and scoring. Chance Dastrup. Boy, what a drive. The junior just knows when to turn it on. Crafty play there from Chance. Tolstrup into the paint, got Jax in the air and trying to secure his own miss, but a foul inside here going to go on Wesley. It'd be the first personal on Kai. Be the third team foul on Orem. So 4.5 to go here. Only one foul to give for the Tigers. Meanwhile, just one team foul on Timpview. And another timeout taken here by Timpview. Coach Engel recognizing opportunity, not wanting to miss any opportunities. 4.5 to go. Time. Isa. Dean. Hyatt making that tough. 10 on the shot clock. Ford. That hand coming up. You saw Dastrup going to pick up the foul here. That'll be the second on Chance. Reset the shot clock on the foul, so this can be a real extended possession for the T-Birds. As this fourth quarter quickly ticking away, 3:45 to go. Ford. Naliai trying to drive. Allen there. Hand in the face. That shot was too strong. Kept here by Tolstrup. Count it. Colin Tolstrup able to get the missed shot. Goes up and scores it. And a chance to tie it up. Is that now the fourth personal on Asher Young? And we're tied after the three-point play from Colin Tolstrup. Robinson is checked back in here for Orem. As Young, having picked up his fourth foul, heads to the bench for Coach Tavita. A reminder, Orem came into this game a one-game lead over Timpview in Region 7. A loss tonight, and these two teams would each have 2 losses and 11 wins, each with one region game remaining. Robinson will pull up. That shot won't go, and it's Timpview basketball. Timpview's not led since the opening quarter. Ford. Dean trying to get the angle off the glass, and there is the T-Bird lead. And a timeout taken by Orem as Timpview, who trailed by 10 at one point, leads by 2 with 2:40 to go in regulation. 5 team fouls for Orem, just 1 on Timpview. Every Orem foul from here on out, Timpview is going to be shooting free throws. The T-Birds defensively can be quite aggressive, having 3 fouls to give here over the remainder of this 2:40. It's not been either team's customary offensive night. They've both had to battle and grit through it. Who's got enough in the tank? Here in this ever so challenging top of Region 7. Robinson works back to Dastrup. Had 8 in the third, just 2 since, coming here in the fourth quarter. Chance got the step. Left hand finish won't go. Hyatt, and he's fouled. Trey Hyatt now heading to the line as he's able to get the offensive rebound, and this foul called on Ford. That'll be the third on Mason. So Trey Hyatt to the line. Hit a free throw in the third on a 3-point play. He makes his first. Three Orem Tigers in double figures tonight. As Trey Hyatt ties it up at 39. Here's Mason. Ruckert, high post, coming off the screen, step back three for Dean. No, rattled out, and Wesley with the rebound for Orem. Dastrup, inside of 2 to go. Maintaining possession here, works to Robinson. Here's Tate. Shot clock down to 10, back to Chance. Dastrup gives to Wesley at the rim, foul, and Dean. No, they're going to give this foul instead to Openshaw. That'll be the third on Will, but it will send Kai Wesley to the line here to shoot 2. The Orem students right behind the glass that Wesley's shooting into, trying to wish their big man good luck as he misses the first. Asher Young checking back in here for Orem. As Wesley taking a step away for a big free throw here. Kai splits the trip, but gives Orem the lead. 40-39 Tigers. Timeout, Timpview. 1:26 to go, 1-point game. Chances at a Region 7 title on the line. Timpview basketball. Trailing by 1 on the road, trying to avenge what was a 66-48 loss to these Tigers earlier this year. Where do they go for offense? Ice has been good in the second half, has 7 all in the third. That 2-point shot won't go, gets his own miss. The putback won't go, and Naliai keeps it alive. Ford the 3. Mason Ford hitting the 3 to give Timpview a 2-point lead. Final minute of regulation. Timeout, Orem. Boy, you're so used to Mason Ford on the drive. That time it's the stand-up 3 drilled by the 6'2 sophomore. Timeout, Orem. Orem basketball. Dastrup being defended. Looks for the lob, in for Hyatt, and it will stay here. They say Timpview deflected it. It will stay. Timpview protesting, but I don't know that we have a formal protest mechanism. Officials now conversing. The official looked to his help on the wing, who said, I don't know that I saw anything. Is if you don't have another perspective, you got to go with what the call was, which was it stays. And they're going to send it to Timpview. So whatever the discussion was, it's enough to give Timpview the basketball. 42-40. Again, 5 fouls for Orem. And that was lost. They can't inbound it. Timpview will turn it over. Timeout, Orem. As Coach Tavita wanted to make sure they get the play he wants, trailing by 2 here at home. They put 46 seconds on the clock. Orem ball. Trailing. Here's Allen. Just has the 2 points tonight. Jax stepping around and fouled on the shot. Jax Allen. Boy, you talk about a crafty play. As Nalai will pick up his second, but Jax, we talked about the length of Ruckert, how he was using that offensively in the first half to create shooting opportunities. Allen doing the same thing there. The key here, though, is there's 34.8 on the clock, so shot clock's turned off for the remainder of this game. That could be the last offensive possession for the Tigers in regulation. Allen at the line makes the first. Just 3 points for Jackson Knight. Came in the leading scorer for Orem, 14 a game. Had the field goal in the third, a free throw here in the fourth, and this to tie it. .42 apiece. After Jax Allen makes them both. Shot clock turned off. Ford works to Naliai. .15 left. Isa. Game clock down to 6. Gotta get in your play. Naliai. Boy, I thought that would have been a turnover. This 3 for the win. Oh, that just came off the back of the rim. 32 minutes, not enough. Overtime coming up next from Orem High School.
Service.
Start of overtime, 42 apiece. And Orem winning the tip. Just 4 scorers tonight for the Tigers, only 5 for Timpview. We'll get an unofficial scoring here in the next minute or so as they work inside here with Hyatt. Oh, and Trey couldn't get the first time to go and is fouled on the second attempt. Orem continues to try to work this ball inside as this will go on Ruckert. I believe the first on Dean. We'll talk about your unofficial scores for Orem. 13 for Trey Hyatt, who's at the line here to shoot 2. 11 for Wesley, 10 for Dastrup, 4 for Jax, and 3 for Tate Robinson as the lead back to the Tigers. Meanwhile, for Timpview, 16 for Dean Ruckert, 10 for Mason Ford, 7 for Naliai, 6 for Tolstrup, and 3 for Openshaw. Hyatt makes them both. It's a 2-point Orem lead. Here's Ruckert, Dean, Hyatt on him, and contact there. This is going to go on Trey. And it will be 2 free throws coming up here for Ruckert as both teams now in the bonus for the remainder of the contest. And on Trey, this is going to be only his first. Wow, clean game for Trey tonight. Good on him. As Ruckert to the line. Rattles in number 1. One more here for Dean. That one was long. The ball out of play. It's Orem basketball. So Ruckert splits the trip. It's a 1-point difference favoring the home Tigers. Jax spinning around. Oh, that hang wouldn't go. Ruckert able to secure it. 3 to go. Here's Ford. Gives to Dean. Had a little space, now trying to drive, sends back out. Mason, shot clock down to 7. Ford with the crossover. Mason Ford made a big play late in regulation. And makes a nice play on the drive there. We'll have a chance here for the 3-point play as Dastrup picks up his third. Ford has given him the lead. He stretches it to 2. 13 now for Mason. Hyatt back to Dastrup for three. Orem happy to leave their offense to Chance. The third made triple for Chance Dastrup tonight. He's got 13. Naliai defended by Allen. Tough shot. My goodness. Boy, Naliai. That's good defense. You just see the length of Naliai able to get the stretch past Allen. 90 seconds left. Time out. Orem. What a game. We'll be back. Zone look here for Timpview. Dastrup sends out. Allen now the drive. Found a little gap. Wouldn't go. Offensive board for Wesley. Tried to go back up strong. Timpview there defensively. And coming away with it is Tolstrup. Orem just got to play good D here. Timpview going to take the timeout first. Timeout, T-Birds. 50 seconds left in overtime. 51 seconds left. 20 seconds on the shot clock here for Timpview. Ruckert, Hyatt defending. Working away from the screen. Handing off. The floater from Tolstrup. No, ball's on the floor. Given back to Tolstrup. And a shot clock violation. That will not count. The Orem defense gets the stop that it wanted. Coach Engel is saying he was trying to call for a timeout, but the official didn't see it, didn't hear it. And now the official's going to come together again here to converse. Right now, the clock has 30.2. We made mention, the official's not going to grant that timeout. Orem basketball trailing by one. They have the basketball as chance to win it at home. Region championship can be decided tonight. Allen. Again, zone look here defensively. 13 seconds. Dastrup out to Jax. The wrap for Wesley. Won't go. And Asher Young coming in. We've got a dual possession, and the arrow gonna send it to Timpview. 6.6 seconds left. And it was Will Openshaw tied up by Asher Young. Do we have a timeout taken here instead of a dual possession? That might have been the call. Timeout. We'll take it with them. Timpview ball after this. 6 seconds left. Timpview basketball. Hansen inbounding to Denali. The foul given immediately. And they did not switch the arrow. I thought that they had called the dual possession there, but maybe they did just call a timeout. 2 free throws coming up here for Isa Naliai. I don't have him making a free throw tonight. Can't recall if he's been to the line, but with 5.6 left to go, pressure for the 6'1 sophomore, and the first is good. Timpview bringing open shot back on the floor here. Naliai hits them both. 3-point difference. Here's Dastrup, and a timeout taken as he got the ball across half court. There's 2.9 left on the clock. We'll see if that stays, as right now, Isanali has made this a 3-point contest. Where does Orem go? Dastrup has made 3 of them tonight, 1 from Robinson. They're the only scorers for Orem to make a 3. Coach DeVita has 2.9 seconds to work with. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. Be back with the final 3 after this. They did put 3.3 on the clock. Here's the situation. 5 team fouls for Timpview. So if you foul here before they get a shot away, you can just send Orem to the line to shoot 2. You got to be careful if you do that. It's not on the shot. Any foul on a shot, they're shooting whatever that point would have been with. If it's a 3-point attempt, you could essentially be sending them to the line to tie it. Be interesting to see how Timpview defends. Dastrup to inbound. 3 and change. Here's Allen. Jacks for the tie. Off the rim, and Timpview gets the overtime victory to spoil Tiger senior night. 50-47 in overtime. Great ball game. This was 24-14. Orem in the second quarter. The T-Birds come storming back in the second half and walk out of here with a 3-point win. It's a 2-way tie atop Region 7. Orem and Timpview both sitting at 11-2. They each have 1 region game left. Timpview will take on Spanish Fork. Orem will take on Cedar Valley as they try to both clinch out Region 7 championships. Our player of the game tonight, we're going to go with Mason Ford. The 6'2 sophomore hit the big 3 late in regulation for Timpview, had the drive and one to help give Timpview the lead in overtime that they would hold on to. Mason Ford, our player of the game. 50-47, Timpview with the win. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us. And a reminder, we've got games for you Friday night as the regular season in 6A and 5A comes to a conclusion in preparation for your 6A and 5A state tournaments, which we'll have for you all the way to the crowning of state champs. Only on KSLSports.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on KSL Sports Rewind, presented by Heidemann and Associates.